Hello, I'm Jonathan from 2% Gaming, and I have a surprise for you today. Today we're playing Dungeon Fighter Online, the alpha test run by Neople. If you do remember this game, or haven't heard of this game, whatever, this used to be one of Nexon's titles, and it ran from about 2009 to about last year. Unfortunately, they shut it down, much to the dismay of many fans of it, including myself. I used to play this a lot. It's a great game, though. The actual publishers of the game, Neople, are now trying to relaunch this game under their license, and hopefully we'll do a little bit better, because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not a very good fan of Nexon's policies. But enough of that. I'm not into business, so I'll do some demo for you. I'm going to pick my fighter, Domon Cashew, and I will start playing the game for you. So right now I'm in a hub world. This game is a 2D side-scroller beat 'em up, very akin to Streets of Rage or Double Dragon, or Streets of Rage or Final Fight. Now there's really silly quests to do, and oh dear. Now NPCs will give you quests and stuff, and I would tell you gameplay, but I'm gonna take care of this busy work first. Very important to do the quests. That was really silly, but it will unlock points to spend to unlock new moves and such. Now, in my first observation, this version of the game looks very much like how the last version of the game was before next one shut down the servers. In fact, it's exactly the same. It's about the same area where it was. In fact, kind of see the Nexon cash shop logo in the very bottom right corner. So, let me run a few dungeons for you, and I'll show you the gameplay more in depth. Now, this is more of a hub world, and I see in the chat, people are very excited to be back. This game is quite terrific. The gameplay isn't run this hub world, and you won't be fighting over mobs or anything like that. Most of the dungeons are very instance for the party. Now, you can't just have to play this alone, though. You can play up to 4 people. But the more people there is, the more the difficulty is a bit curved, so... This game is very standard in the beat 'em up. You have a standard attack and special attacks you can use to eliminate full foes. And you can chain them together in various ways. Now, the terrific thing about this game is you can hotkey your skills, like on the bottom bar right there, but you don't have to do it that way. Each of the skills has its own combo, like in a fighting game. So if you really don't want to hotkey, or you just don't want to have a lot of moves that you like to use, but you don't have enough hotkey space, just learn the combos, and you can easily chain terrific attacks together. One of the great things about this game. I would point out that it's very easy, unless you're really bad at this sort of game. Even playing the levels on hard, you can easily get past it. There are like arbitrary objectives, like, you know, killing a certain enemy a certain amount of time, or, you know, getting enough skill rating by varying up your combos a bit. But right now we're just fighting the boss. Right now is a goblin thrower. Actually, I don't know why it's a boss, because it becomes a very common enemy, but skill it. Has a very weak HP bar. Later on, the bosses get ridiculous HP bars, like good, like 30, 40, 50 bars each. Can be ridiculous, but tons of fun. Once you beat it, you'll be ranked in how well you did or how fast you did. There's certain quests which have you get an A rank or something, and then you will get a better bonus. If there are 4 people, one of you chooses a card, and if you like, you can choose a bonus card to pay for, and it'll reward you with a random thing of loot. Sometimes it gives you pretty good loot, but usually doesn't.
Why don't you have a look at what I got?
Now, later on, when there's a lot of mini-bosses around, defeating those bosses will increase the chance of you getting better and better loot. So, it's always easy. It's always recommended that you kind of explore the dungeon rather than just go to the boss, because then you'll miss out on a lot of good loot. Now we ran this dungeon, we will go talk to this man here. If the stupid chat window isn't in the way. Now, it is in English, but I'm pretty sure it's at the state where Nexon left it. It still has the same voice assets and music assets too. So it has the same old quests, although I don't know why she gives you cells and key fragments, because that was the cash shop weapon. I don't think the cash shop's even around. Now there is bonuses to help people out and train people. This one awards you a title, which gives you some extra stats to equip it. Now, I believe you can only have 20 quests at a time. Usually, a lot of quests will require you being in one simple area, so if you're good enough, you can kind of, do them all at once. So, Uncle Linus there told me to do a dungeon. I'm probably gonna have to do the dungeon already again, but this time I'll do an expert, although it won't be too different. Sorry, let's play the same level. Now, another complaint I have with this game is that it takes very long to have the areas varied up a bit. They get pretty samey, especially around the behemoth areas. It gets really long and tiresome, and kind of has you play the same areas over and over again. It's a little ridiculous. But once you get past that, fortunately it opens up, but it takes a while. That's one of my main complaints about this game. It's like, forest, 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 so, and it's tower, tower, tower. It gets good when it varies up the locations, though. Kind of giving the tower too much, kind of bashing it a bit. More like the behemoth stage, albeit a little cool. It gets a little repetitive because you're kind of doing the same stage over and over again. And there's like 10. There's like 10 stages of that dungeon, and it just takes a long time. Now, I would point out that, if you noticed, I leveled up back there. It used to be where you just kind of accumulate skill points kind of randomly throughout while you're fighting. They made it to where you just kind of get a set of skill points as you level up, which, it's not that bad. Kind of makes it kind of where you have to kind of min-max a bunch of stuff, but, it's okay. You don't really have to put any stats in anything for a while anyway. These beginning dungeons are pretty easy. Since I finished this small dungeon, I'm just gonna go right to the boss and kill it really fast. Now, for the most part, this game is co-op. There is PvP in terms of arena. Since this is an alpha build, I don't think it works right now, but it will in the future. Also, this game kind of came out surprise. No one was really expecting them to re-release this, and many people speculate it's to kind of gauge if people want to play this or not over in the West. It's very popular over in the Southeast Asia area, known as Dungeon and Fighter or Arasaki, or whatever you want to call it. It even has its own anime, if I remember right. I've never seen it though. It's a pretty popular series. Pretty fun too. It's a little aged. I wouldn't say it aged well. I mean, the resolution finally put an HD resolution. It used to just be 800 by 600 hurt your eyes, but it's okay now. I'll go back to down. You can actually I can't talk. Access your quest from the dungeon, but that can get a little confusing. Now, since we leveled up and did our quest, now we can head into town and do more quests from there. If I remember the map button. Okay. So this is a little thing where if you have friends and you want to recruit them, they'll give you bonuses as you play along. My friend and I used to play this all the time, and I get a lot of cool bonuses because I recruited him when we got very far in the game. It was kind of nice. So now we're gonna go to the next stage of this dungeon, which is Lorien Hollow, and it'll give us a cool, not very good, but it'll give us a neat weapon to go. Now, before we go to the next area, we're gonna go to town and, well, actually, I think we can just do it here. Yeah. So you don't have a skill menu. You have to go to the shop and buy some skills. But looks like none of these skills can buy until we hit level 4 or 5. You can get this hammer kick though. You can also, buy enhancements of them. I'd recommend buying all the cancel moves for each move because they'll help you kind of cancel through your combos and do cooler combos. I was always bad and never bought these. I didn't see the use for them, but after playing for so long and changing skills, it became a lot more useful, and I understood their use. Make a run through Lorien Hollow. Now, if you're interested in playing the game or just trying to play it out for the first time, I will leave some links for you to play through and go download the game yourself. Now, I will point out that this game is in alpha state. You can go down any time. They're kind of testing the waters, see how well this game will do. Also, one complaint I do have is that now it's requiring you to integrate with your Facebook account. I'm not too cool with that. I kind of use my secondary Facebook account I use for games and things. I didn't use my main one. I didn't want to connect it to the one I use for my family and stuff. So I used my fake name, so to speak. But it still works. It's under a real address and anything, but it's not me. It doesn't have any of my contact information on it. So. Yeah, like I said, it was a surprise when this was announced that they were going to alpha test this again. Many people thought it was a scam because there was no news about it, and it was like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's real. Oh, it's not real. Oh, my Korean friend read the letter and it's real. Oh, my Korean friend read the letter and it's not. It's a scam. A lot of misinformation, which is kind of silly on Neople's standpoint, but they're being a Korean company. It's all right. And hopefully this video probably won't. Nobody watches these videos, but hopefully it's some hype. I don't know. It's okay. Sorry that combos are boring you. kind of lack of them. So, there are female and male variants on all the classes. I'm displaying the fighter right now. The female fighter plays a lot different from the male one. It's more... Female male fighter is more tuned to grabs and things. It's really cool. Like a lot of suplexes. Male fighter rather seems more just hand-to-hand combat. Although it does have a few grabs and things. I will point out, like I said before, there's a lot of just punching goblins for the first set of dungeons, and it can be quite tiresome. It's kind of the only fault I have with this game is it doesn't really open up too fast. It's kind of detriment to itself. But it's fun. If you just like a simple, you're not gonna get some deep quests or anything like that, but if you just like simple beat 'em up, playing with your friends, it's great for that. Alright, so now on the stage boss, the Tau Warrior, which will be a common enemy type later on in the stages, the 4th stage. Right now, this is a simple grunt, but it is a boss, and it's down. There is tests, but they usually don't have anything useful in them. I usually just ignore them. I think I ever found anything useful in this. Like, all the loot's just here. All the good loot's just in the reward screen at the end. Now, after you defeat a stage, either 2 NPCs will pop up. Delilah here will pop up, and you can repair all your equipment. By the way, your equipment here will break, so be sure to fix them. Make sure you're paying attention to their durability level. Or you'll get the rare NPC, which will have some rare loot to buy. Sometimes at a decent price, sometimes not. We'll finish off this video by going to town. And we'll talk to Uncle Linus first. Chat window. Oh, we got her weapon. Now, you can't equip any weapon. You can only equip the weapon that your class equips. Now, classes equip like very like 3 types of weapons, maybe even 4. Since I'm a fighter, I only want fighting type weapons. You can't equip the sword or the gun or the staff or the cross or the dagger. So we'll have the tongos. Although I really hate because usually a lot of people crowd around the NPC and it's really hard to click on them. It's really annoying.
Hello there.
Okay.
I'm Sarah Kierman.
Now, there is a neat crafting system in this game, although I never really got into it. Certain classes are more spec for that. I see this one is spec for disassembly and take apart stuff, selling it. What do you mean? I've never actually really gotten into that sort of thing. I really needed to. So, for that, equip our tongue quiz. See how I compare the stats here. The tongue fizz aren't as fast with my fists, but they do a little more damage. Now I recommend doing the side quests. More importantly, you want to do the epic quests because those will bring you along the story and will open new stages for you. This quest wants me to go to Lorien Hollow again. I won't do that for you, so... you already saw through me going through a dungeon twice in a row, so I'll spare you this trouble. So, in town here, every class will have its own NPC that they learn quest skills from. The fighter will learn their skills from Pungjin here, and this is where we'll not only learn skills, but eventually it'll help us do our job of management. It used to be really, really hard to do it too, but it's a lot easier now. So he wants us to fight the boss at the end of this dungeon here in Mirkwood. Point out that doing quests will award us with quest points, and we can put those into stats we want, which is really neat. So you always want to do quests, at least the epic ones. Ugh. Probably just screwed up my stream. Oh, sorry for that. Alright. I don't remember there was a way to move that, but whatever. So this is Manjin. There are a lot of these men, the pothead mans. Their gimmick is they give you an item which gives you a random weapon. The higher the pot, the higher the weapon they'll give you. Most of them, until like level 30, they'll give you a quest where if you beat a certain dungeon in a certain amount of time, they'll award you with a random item pot. Lady Curie here is an NPC that gives you a quest, but it's also the teacher for the gunner class. But not for that now. Let's go do one more dungeon, and I think I'll call it good. Oh dear. Yep, no one likes this game. No sir. This game's terrible, right? Alright, I'll do one more dungeon, and I'll let you go, I guess. To Mirkwood. So now that we did that time quest, now we're timed. We beat the game. Not game. Ugh. That's a bad habit of mine. Beat the level in time. We'll get those rewards. And then more of a random weapon generator. There's a chance to get legendary loot out of them, but I've never seen it. It gives you better than average gear, I suppose. Better than you would find over in the normal weapon shop. Alright. I would recommend you saving all of the crafting materials, because while you're not into those sort of things, you'll need them later, especially endgame content where you really need those, and you're like, oh, well, I just sold all that stuff because I didn't think I needed it, but it turns out I did. So, Right here I'm fighting both ice and fire goblins. They will throw ice and fire. They're not too difficult though. But I do need to hurry up. I really wish I had a grab. But, I see my combo rank is S rank. I really don't know what causes that. Either just a combination of attacks you do, or just straight up just, oh, I have a long combo string. Never really into what actually affects it. Usually I have no problem getting enough though. Some of the laser quests that require you to get like AAA or something, those are a little ridiculous because it's extremely hard to get those. But, ooh boy. For at least these early ones, at least, getting like a B or something is not too difficult. Having 3 attacks don't work either. Not great. Sorry for the lack of commentary. Yeah. I was one of the players that were playing DFO when we were still our Nexon, and I wasn't really thrilled with how they dealt with their game and just kind of left it to die. Like, you know, I don't want to bother putting all this new content if no one's buying our shitty costume. So, it's not unfortunate. I kind of wish Neople kind of ease up on the aggressive, you know, cash shop stuff, but I highly doubt it. It's kind of part of why no one wanted to play it anymore. Just like, oh, we're not getting new content, but here's some silly little costumes that no one will buy. Also didn't like how the costumes you bought with the real money gave you bonus stats. Kind of pay to win at that point. No one likes pay to win. It's kind of a dirty method of selling content. Not like this game needs it anyway. Alright. Oh, I'm on fire! Anyway, I guess that concludes my video on Dungeon Fighter Online. If you'd like to play it again or play it for the first time, I'll leave a link down below to find the Facebook page and the clients. Thank you for watching. I apologize for the lack of videos. We've had some problems, both just time-wise, and I have a lot of technical difficulties, but I'll be sure to make more videos in a week or two, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you online on Dungeon Fighter Online. Take care.